I just saw a little flash in my bezzie that I don't see that often, where I just know she's always got me back, because she really went like...
Good old-fashioned tit wank.
We're talking level 3 there, aren't we?
Yeah.
Skill sets.
Maybe she'd been reading some magazines.
I must have been bending down to put my knickers on, and my naked bum tapped against the naked bum of another lady. And we both like straightened. Hello, Claire Hamilton.
Hello, Sara Clare.
Hello, fabulous people. This is Teen Commandments. Your turn. Clues in the title, does what it says on the tin. It is all your excellent emails. Keep them coming in. Toss them to us.
Oh.
Like,
Wow.
imagine we're podcast penguins and you've got the sardine stories. I don't know what I'm talking about. I've either got low sugar or too much caffeine.
I know, I was going to say, we've not had that much coffee.
Or a deadly
on?
combo of the two. I'm just excited. I'm excited to be in your company. I was so excited for you coming down yesterday.
I know, I was the same.
I kept ringing you.
Yeah, how
ETA?
long? How long?
What's your ETA?
Well, I was setting off the day before. I was
in your
ready.
head?
In my head, I was like, I could just go now and surprise.
Great to see you. It was dead nice. Before we get going, by the way, what was hilarious when we went to the gym last night, there was that woman. She didn't shove past me, but she was clearly in a rush, and we were obviously must have been weaving around in her way. And in the changing room, she sort of...
She nearly pushed you.
Yeah, she sort of did this weird manoeuvre to get past me, which saved her approximately 0.4 of a second.
But it looked like you were heading for the cubicle, and she wanted the cubicle, and she ran in front of you to get in it.
And you know what was lovely, though, fabulous listeners, is I just saw a little flash in my bezzie that I don't see that often, where I just know she's always got me back, because she really went like you looked at her like, I thought Claire's going to smack her on or drag her out of the chair. I'm like, you can have the changing room, love. I don't need a cubicle. I'm all right. I'm always getting my bum out. I don't mind, I find it quite freeing now at the changing room, not being shy, just being like getting you.
There isn't a lot of freedom in that changing room, isn't there?
You know what? It's incredible, actually, and fair play to them, because there's some women who sit there fully naked, sit on a towel, big boobs out, drying their hair. And straightening their hair. They sat at the mirrors and stuff. It's not like they're just relaxed getting changed. They're like, I'm going to stay as naked as possible for as long as possible in this changing room. Yeah. And you're a bit like, because you don't want to be... Because I told you when I smacked bums with that lady when I bent over. Did I not tell you that? No. Don't know that story. This was years ago when I was quite young. Funny. And I was must have been bending down to put my knickers on. So I bent down, and my naked bum tapped against the naked bum of another lady. And we both like straightened, and it was never spoken of. But there was a gentle of our buttocks meeting. Groans from the crowd. Was that what it's too sexy, this chat. It's hard to handle. And also, she was a bit gothy looking, wasn't she? And I was like, God, it was like something off Harry Potter, because she just seemed to start going like she shape shifted around me, didn't she? Then quit and her coat was a bit cloaky, or is that in my head? I was like, it was like she sort of did some sort of
shadow weaving.
Weird shadow weaving. You're not shadow weaving.
Reading dragon books, by the way. Shadow weaving.
I've not finished Fourth Wing, but I couldn't get into it.
Really?
No, I've been reading something else. I'm sorry to confess.
Wow. Who are you?
Who even are you?
Who even are you?
Question for all of you rebels out there. This is what we've been asking you. What would you get up to if you ever bunked off school at a teen? And Ali says, we used to go to the beach. Ooh. The teachers have been known to take a minibus into Plymouth Hoe to scoop up all the missing kids. That was what teaching was like back in the day. Teacher would be there sucking on a B&H. Get back on the coach. Come on. Just scooping them all up. Linda's been on, Claire.
Oh, yeah. She said, we need to know why you were chucked out of the guides, Claire.
Yes.
Was it like me for sneaking off to chat to boys? I suspect it might be.
Well, when you said this on the last ep or whenever it was, I thought, she insinuating you're a bit of a slag. She's like, you're a bit of a slag like me. Linda, thank you. You're not a slag. I was joking. Neither's Claire. When you mentioned about getting chucked out from the guides, I thought to myself, I'm going back to that. But then I got distracted by something shiny. This was on the last ep or ep before. And I did wonder, why did she get banned from the guides? What did you do?
Well, it's not that big a deal of a story. I think I had a bad attitude. I know that much. I remember that stupid hat that my mum was really keen for me to go. I was going with someone's daughter.
What hat did you wear? I never went to the guides.
Hat, the blue one. And I didn't want to wear it. There's a picture of me like
What, just looking very unhappy?
Yeah, just don't want to be there. And it's not brown owl, that's the brownies. What's the guide's lead?
It's the Arcala, isn't it? Named after some Jungle Book, isn't it? Arcala, I think it is one of the head wolf.
Right. Well, we were all playing with balls and she got all the balls out in like this church hall and I booted it as hard as I could, what I thought was the wall, and it smacked her in the face.
Did it? Okay. That'll be, I mean, I'm not a specially trained investigator, but I'm thinking that's probably was what it was.
It wasn't on purpose, but I think that she thought it was on purpose and she just had enough of my attitude. And
do you think you generally had a bad attitude and then you did that and it was out?
I don't think I did that. I wouldn't have done that on purpose. I wouldn't have dared. That's a bit much. Plus, I didn't have a very good aim.
Yeah, no, you couldn't have done it if you'd have tried. No. Oh, don't. You know, at the moment, I'm fucking nearly taking out old age pensioners with frisbees at the moment.
Oh, with your dogs?
With the dog frisbee.
Be careful.
I'm like, it's something, you know, when a child is on a bike wobbling along and if they look at something, they'll head to, like if they look at a wall, they'll just end up crashing into a wall that's like not near anything. I'm like that with the dogs. They're only, they're rubber frisbees, so they won't do much damage. But at the park, I am constantly, there'll be like a lovely couple walking down and I'm throwing it, and I think I'm showboating a bit because I'm quite good at throwing frisbee.
Right, okay.
Like quite far. And I'll be like, and I'll like be throwing it. And like, because I think I glance at them, I then throw it at them. And then I'm like, oh, like that. And they like duck or whatever and it spins over their head. It's that thing of like, you know, you couldn't do it if you tried.
Yeah.
If you said, try and hit that 75-year-old man
with
your frisbee, you wouldn't be able to. But when I'm trying to not aim at him, it keeps nearly taking him out.
Should we add that you use them soft frisbees, don't you? It's not the big plastic
that's
ones.
It would just bounce off. Yeah, it'd be fine. That was good. Why that we've cleared that up.
Yes. Yeah.
That's why you got booted out the guides. Thank you for asking, Linda. Linda, we'd like more of your stories, please. In fact, if you were sneaking off to meet boys, let's circle back to that. If any of you have ever been chucked out of anything, asked to leave, banned from attending.
Oh, yeah.
Hello
Let's do that as a whole topic as well. That'd be brilliant.
hello@teencommandments.co.uk. Let's see who's been in touch. This is the whole point of Your Turn. We love your stories. Thanks. Keep them coming in. We've got some absolute crackers. Right. Should I start off?
Yes.
Let's have a look. This is A of Lancashire. The letter A. Hello, Claire and Sarah. Whilst listening to your podcast recently, I had a brilliant idea inspired by the woman who found maggots in her son's disgusting bedroom.
Ooh.
For context, my teenage daughter's room is an absolute shit pit. I refuse to step more than 1 foot inside, and then that's only to shout at her to tell her to get up and to clean it. This happens 2 to 3 times a day, even more on the weekends. So when I realised that I had no bowls left in the cupboard, all no doubt festering upstairs, I thought, right, time for a visual lesson. Off I went to the local fishing shop, bought some maggots, and I planned to plant them in her room. What I failed to consider was that this is the same child who at 4 years old couldn't be bothered to come downstairs to use the loo, because I once found a very furry turd in a gift bag under her bed. Bright kid though. I'll pop it in this sparkly bag. Why not? So, she says, the plan was simple. Wait for daughter to come downstairs, sneak into her room, place a few maggots on top of the pile of mouldy bowls on her windowsill. Then 10 minutes later, shout up for her to bring the bowls down. She'd see the maggots, scream, summon me, and I'd be able to go up and deliver a lecture about that's why we don't leave rotting food in bedrooms. She'd be horrified, clean up her room top to bottom, and I'd dispose of the maggots. Perfect. Here's what actually happened. I shouted her. She didn't come downstairs. I got impatient. I grabbed 8 maggots, marched into her room, repeated my usual speech about the disgraceful state of it, and while she stared at me suspiciously, I tried to discreetly drop a maggot onto her desk. At that exact moment, I tripped over God knows what on the floor, fell onto her bed, lost 2 maggots in the process, and then just quickly chucked the remaining ones into the top bowl of the pile. So this is an absolute, this has gone completely wrong. I went back downstairs, shaken, thinking, oh my God, I'm the worst mum alive. My daughter's now got 2 maggots loose in her bed. She's going to storm downstairs thinking I'm insane and asking what kind of parent thinks this is a good idea. So I waited. Nothing. 20 minutes and several frantic vape puffs later, I shouted up again about the bowls. She came down with 2 of the 6, dumped them on the side and went straight back upstairs. I ran to the kitchen. No maggots. 2 hours later, after she'd only managed to fill 1 bin bag, she went to the shop. I sprinted upstairs, found 6 dead maggots in 1 bowl, and eventually located the remaining 2 still wriggling around in her bed. Thankfully, the one on the desk hadn't travelled far, and I can only assume that she'd found it and tossed it into the bowl. It's now been a full day later. My teenage daughter has not mentioned the maggots. And yes, her room is still a complete mess. I obviously can't ever confess to the maggot plan. My eldest proudly informed me she knew from the start that this would not have the dramatic effect I was hoping for. Pray for me that I will survive the second lot of teenage years. A of Lancashire. What a story.
That's brilliant.
I mean,
it's like, what were you thinking?
I mean, it's quite ballsy to be. I don't know if I could stand there with 8 maggots in my hand.
Oh no, wriggling around.
It obviously registered on her face because her daughter was watching her like, what's going on? You're being weird.
It must have been driving her mental to take herself to the shop to get some live maggots to be like, right, this is what I'm doing. That's hilarious.
And just the tripping over and all of it. Oh, it's just perfect. That is an excellent story.
Brilliant.
We are sad that you are struggling with your teenager, but thrilled because it's excellent content. So any more stories, do tell us, please. We love it.
Okay, so I've got one from Zoe. Hi, both. In the mid-90s, I went to college with a great bunch of girls, and one of them, can't remember her name, luckily for her, was funny, kind, and new to having boyfriends. This particular morning, we all met outside the canteen before class for a fag. When she pulled me aside, she seemed quite anxious and started confiding in me about her sexploits with her new boyfriend the night before. Bearing in mind this was her first sexual experience, she explained she had given her boyfriend a good old-fashioned tit wank and then just stared at me.
That's a bold first experience, isn't it, really?
Good old-fashioned tit wank.
I mean, you're starting off at, I mean, that's like, we're talking level 3 there, aren't we?
Yeah.
Skill sets.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Maybe she'd been reading some magazines. I thought that was my cue to say congratulations, or did
what
you
magazines?
You know, like the ones where what were they called?
Where they teach you how to tit wank? What, in Cosmo, the tit wank special?
No, the ones we used to get, like Mandy and stuff. You know where they used to tell you about
Mandy? Wasn't Mandy like cartoons?
Mandy won't have had...
Wasn't Mandy like a kids one?
No, Mandy.
Oh, do you mean like Ms? Like Ms and Cosmo and
maybe.
stuff?
Cosmo's a bit...
talk about tit wanks.
Did they not? Marie Claire did.
Did they?
Yeah, Marie Claire used to have some juicy bits. But we never read Marie Claire when we was at school, though.
Marie Claire never talked about tit wanks.
Did.
It would have been in Rudy magazines that you'd find in bushes in the 80s.
Oh, maybe she'd been reading them.
They'd always been in there or in your parents' bedding box.
Do tell.
That's for another episode.
The what box?
You know, where you keep all the clean bedding?
Oh, the bedding box.
Bedding box.
Right, oh, okay.
Yeah, or the airing cupboard.
The airing cupboard.
Wherever they were stashed. Men Only magazine. So she'd gone for a good old-fashioned
tit wank, and then she just stared at me.
We said tit wank a lot during this
story.
Tit
wank.
Carry on.
I thought that was my cue to say congratulations, or did you wipe it or smear it, or did you shut your eyes?
Smear it.
Smear it. Is it good for your skin, though? I could do with some.
Probably it. Although I'd look into other products soon. If 1 minute you're complaining about, well, you're saying you're now basically a nun. I don't know where you're going to get some jizz from. You do know what I mean? You can't.
I might see if Donna can inject some.
Stick with the fish.
Okay.
Jizz.
Right. Fine. Anyway, I wasn't sure what she wanted from me, if I'm honest. Her voice was quivering, though, and I thought it best to go with, is everything okay? She described how they had been in the act for a few minutes and she had found her stride and her boyfriend was making noises of pleasure, or so she thought. My friend was known for wearing multiple gold necklaces and the poor lad's penis was tangled in her necklaces. Any little movement made the strangulation around said penis even tighter, with the appendage turning an angry purple colour.
Oh, God. She was basically garrotting his knob.
Yes. Thinking he was in,
Yeah. Ouch.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have been, no offence, Zoe, it wouldn't have been real gold either. It would have been, back then.
Gold plated.
Is it Elizabeth Duke or H.
Samuels?
H. Samuels.
Yeah. I used to wear loads of them. Can you imagine being all caught up in all of that?
Yeah, because you'd have a shorter one, slightly longer, slightly longer, slightly longer, slightly longer.
I had an Egyptian's head on mine.
An Egyptian's head?
Yeah, you know them.
Like the sort of with the paws out.
Yes.
At the front.
Yeah.
And then the
head.
pharaoh type
Pharaoh.
thing. With the big thing
yeah,
around
that's
the
what
head.
I mean.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very exotic.
I know.
So,
From
okay.
Argos. Neither my friend nor her boyfriend could free his one-eyed trouser snake and both panicked.
Right.
There was only one answer. Shout for his mum.
Oh, my God.
The lad's mum raced to
hang on. You would try a lot harder before you'd ring for your mum to come and help, wouldn't you?
Jesus Christ. The lad's mum raced to the desperate cries, assessed the danger, freed them both, one necklace at a time, and left the room quietly.
Wow.
Can you imagine being the mum?
And then she went and pulled her own eyes out and just put them in the bin.
Poured herself a big bourbon.
Yeah.
Sat there like,
it was just like...
Jesus. My friend was devastated as the lad sent her packing after the incident and gave her the elbow.
Classic.
She fell into my arms crying. I gently moved her necklaces away from my hair because I didn't want them getting tangled. Keep the pods coming.
Great story. I mean, geez.
Wow.
Fair play to the mum.
Yeah.
That was,
that was some tangulation.
Yeah, tangulation.
Yeah, to not be able to get it.
That poor woman, very cool mum, just going up and dealing with it.
What choice did she have?
Sad that they didn't stay together. It would have been a cracking story for the wedding speech, wouldn't it? Can you imagine? When I first met Zoe,
I've not been allowed to wear necklaces ever since.
Helen's been on. Dear Sara and Clare, it's me again. You might remember I wrote to you about my sister in Germany and her padded all-in-one that turned out to be the unofficial uniform of Hamburg's finest night workers. Yeah, that was cracking. Well, I've got another one for you. Years back in Brighton, I used to go to hot yoga with a good mate of mine, Sam, also a mum of teens. 90 minutes of intense stretching, sweating and supposedly calm breathing. Only I happened to roll out my mat right behind a woman who was enthusiastically Fanny farting her way through the class. And before you ask, Claire, no, it wasn't me. I wasn't.
I didn't ask.
You didn't need to.
I just thought that this might have been inspired by your story.
It probably was, to be fair, which we've all know about. And it's a completely natural thing that happens to your body. That if you do a headstand up against a wall and then slowly lower yourself from 12 o'clock pointing up to 3 o'clock.
Do the noise, please.
Like that. And no, I don't think anybody laughed in the class. I just made my way back to my mat.
I'd have been there, I'd have laughed.
Never to return again.
I'd have laughed and pointed.
Never to return again. You'd have what?
Laughed and pointed at you.
You probably would have laughed and fanny farted yourself. It would have been too much. Never before and never since has it happened like that. But that's because I've not done a handstand or a headstand or whatever it was. I was really pleased as well. I was all balanced against the wall. And obviously when you're lowering yourself with your legs straightish, you can't think, oh, shit, I've got to stop. You have to just keep going and just
well,
let
what
the
can
air.
you do? There's no going back,
you
is
can't
there?
stop at like a 45 degrees.
You could
or
speed
whatever.
it up to.
Yeah, I could have just gone like that. I never returned. I said at the time I wanted to just throw myself out the window. We were on the first floor. If there'd have been a skip outside, I probably would have took my chances and just
hurled yourself out and ran off down the street.
And bounced into a skip and ran off in my leggings. So, picture the scene. It's definitely not me, I promise. But poor Helen is behind a woman who's enthusiastically fanny farting her way through the class. She says, "No, I'm a grown woman, but I was fighting for my life not to burst out laughing. Every downward dog, every forward fold, every leg lift. Wow. There it was again, an enthusiastic trumpet." By the end, I felt like I'd done more work holding in the giggles than holding any poses.
Well, it's good for your core, I guess.
It probably is. She had a banging core after. Later, I was walking out with my bestie and telling her what had happened. So there I was, reliving the whole saga of fanny farter yoga in animated detail, when out of nowhere, a woman who'd been walking up the hill just behind us overtook and said, "You've absolutely made my night." Thankfully, it wasn't the actual fanny farter, but still it set us all off into hysterics. So yes, the moral of the story, sometimes yoga teaches you patience, sometimes it teaches you balance, and sometimes it teaches you how to keep a straight face in an unexpected cloud of fanny. That's from Helen. And then she says some lovely things about the pod. Thanks. Says, makes me feel like I'm back with my old pals laughing and sharing ridiculous memories together. She hasn't gone behind that woman again at yoga.
I mean, does this woman, she just doesn't care, does she? She's just free.
Fair play.
Yeah.
I mean, I mentioned on the radio that, you know, when we went in the steam room last night, sometimes when you sit in the steam room, your undercarriage just does make a bit of a ducky noise.
As you slide along.
Yeah, because you moved up and we giggled. I did a duck noise. Doesn't it? And like, there's nothing you can do. And I said it on the radio, I got so many texts from women just going, embrace the duck.
Embrace the duck.
When you make a little quack when it's all wet where you're sitting in the... in the steam room.
It is really funny though, isn't it? As a like fully mature grown woman, I find this really hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, funny. They'll just always be funny, those kind of noises.
This is from S.
Hi, S.
To my soul sisters from other misters. Your pod has triggered so many memories, some of which I had forgotten about or deeply buried. I am a single parent of 2 boys, 19 and 15, and I have to say my teen years seem so much worse than that of my teens currently.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty standard.
We get that a lot, don't we?
Yeah. One story my dad will never let me forget was when I was 16 and I went with my bestie, let's call her T, on a college trip to Paris. I had been allowed to join her even though I wasn't at college.
Big mistake. Huge. As they say in Pretty Woman.
We had a great time getting up to Mischief with a big crowd of gal pals, but somehow managed to stay out of trouble. We boarded the ferry on our return to the UK full of excitement and headed straight to the shop for some booze. Bit like me and you, isn't it?
A little bit, back in the day.
Very days.
No longer.
It was 1989 and no questions were asked as 15 screeching girls loaded up on vodka, Bacardi, Malibu and anything else we could lay our hands on.
It's so good. It's such different times, isn't it? Like she says. Also the screeching girls, because you'd be so loud, wouldn't you, and excited.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Just really giddy and you just neck everything, don't you, as well? We did. We found a quiet spot under the stairs, sat in a big circle and decided to open the booze, take a swig and pass it on.
Lovely.
I thought it was the great game and happily swigged away until a warm haze came over me. Giggling to myself and embracing the blurred vision, we weaved our way back to the coach and I remember lots of people staring at me. I promptly passed out. My friend T, who was surprisingly sober, became increasingly concerned as I flopped around as the coach pulled off the ferry and alerted a teacher. I was hauled out of my seat and laid on the floor as they all tried to revive me. I have a small recollection of voices but couldn't open my eyes.
Oh my God.
My next memory is of a sharp slap to the face as a nurse attempted to bring me round.
Is that a thing then? I thought that was just a thing in the movies. So if you properly smack someone.
I think I've been slapped when I've been a bit.
Have you to bring you round?
Just to bring me round.
Clearly worked. I thought it was like on, an airplane, on the film where they all queue up to slap that woman who's hysterical and there's loads of different people come and slap her. It's like a nun comes and slaps her. It's completely silly. Wow. Okay, so someone slaps her.
Someone slaps her. I had no idea where I was and I attempted to slap the nurse back.
Oh, God.
Can you imagine? I was immediately pinned down and firmly bollocked by the hospital staff.
Wow. So by this point, they've got her off the coach. They've got her into hospital.
They're slapping her. She's pinned down and getting bollocked.
She's still not come round until she's in hospital. Oh, my God.
I found myself opening my eyes like a vampire to the rising sun. I was confused and a bit alarmed, only to be told how I'd wasted the NHS resources and how my dad was on his way to collect me.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
How much did she drink in that circle under the stairs?
She was very giddy. I bet she wasn't doing just one sip. She was doing one massive gulp, wasn't she?
See, that's a scientific reason behind it, Claire.
You've got to know the rules properly.
Know the rules.
No gulping. As my typical teen brain kicked in, I was most put out that as such a corking hangover was kicking in, I was being subjected to such hostility. My dad arrived and was absolutely fuming. I was in a hospital near Dover and he'd made the trip all the way from Milton Keynes. The whole 3.5-hour journey home consisted of my dad shouting how disappointed he was in me, how I had embarrassed him, and how he had spent nearly 7 hours of his day on a round trip to collect me. Jesus. Can you imagine that phone call?
Well, yeah, getting the phone call. 3.5 hours driving there, fuming, blood pressure through the roof. 3.5 hours back, just shouting at your child. Incredible.
Needless to say, my 16-year-old delicate head was absolutely banging on my return home, and I was reminded daily for at least 6 months afterwards. Keep up the fantastic work, girlfriends.
S, thank you very much.
That was excellent.
Also in it, at the start, she says, one story my dad will never let me forget. So he's still going on about it. At, like family gatherings and stuff. Do you remember, S, when you did that out drive all the way to bloody Dover? I mean, S, I don't think you'll mind me saying this. I think that story perfectly illustrates what absolute idiots we were as teenagers.
Yeah, and what our teenage years were like, because I think everybody can relate to that.
Absolutely. The shrieking girls getting on the Malibu.
Necking the spirits straight. I mean, is that still a thing? Maybe
not for my kids, definitely not. They're pretty good. Although remember when your son was going camping on that island that had get cut off by the tide, and you said that he had some what did he say? Buzz ball.
So he said, and it's when they first came out, isn't it? So I didn't know what they were, and he said this island can when the tide comes in, the island disappears. It's off Wales. And so we're going camping and it's all right because I've got some buzz balls. And I thought, is this some sort of floating device then?
Or a flare. It's fine.
And he was like, what's that? It's like tequila.
You're like, great. Thanks. There's me not sleeping all night. Any stories of idiotic teenage behaviour like that? I mean, getting ferries home from school trips, always good stuff in that, please. Anything you'd like to share? We couldn't do these episodes without you because your stories are absolutely banging. I mean, Claire's got quite a few of her own, but we do love yours as well. hello@teencommandments.co.uk. The way I said it then was like, you're always going on about your own stories.
I know it can't just be about my stories.
And I was like, basically, you could fill thousands of episodes of your amazing stories, Claire. But we love yours. So do get in touch. Do share them, please. And tell people about Teen Commandments so that we can grow our army of listeners.
Shout it from the rooftops.
Shout it from the rooftops. We're there on YouTube. We are on Instagram, Teen Commandments. And go to Claire's Facebook as well. And leave little comments.
You know we're at 10,000 followers on our Facebook group now. Is it followers? Are they followers?
I think so. Disciples.
Fans,
community. Claire fans.
No,
I feel like you said the 10,000 thing a while ago.
I put it in the group chat last week.
Oh, it feels like that you'd said that on a pod before. Do you know? Is this new?
No, it's a new milestone. It is. It was only started late last year.
Yeah, so, very good. Very good.
Great.
Go along and add.
Much fun.
Become part of that 10,000. Leave little comments and reviews wherever you listen to this podcast. And most importantly, have a fantastic few days until we bother you again on Monday with our main ep. Bye, Claire. Love you.
Bye, love you.